Hello, doctors, everyone. Can you hear us? And just let us know that all of you can see the screen here, everyone. Okay. So Dr. Taski has said yes, and Dr. Tamid and Dr. Meem, Dr. Mo, and Dr. Jahid. So basically, today is our orientation program for the upcoming September 2025 MRCS Part A exam, and we are having this session on behalf of the Excellence for MRCS. And basically, as per our flyer, we will try to discuss two basic things. One is orientation program and ins and outs regarding MRCS Part A exam. What to study, where to study, and how will you craft your exam preparation. And another thing is from the Bangladeshi candidates who are actually looking for how to start after FCPS exam, or how much syllabus of MRCS will be covered by the FCPS preparation, or how it would be beneficial. Hopefully we will try to cover all the things, and if any of the participants have any questions regarding MRCS part A, feel free to ask at any time. So Dr. Badon, I think you can start with the very beginning concept of the MRCS Part A exam, and how a newly graduate or experienced person who are aiming to go through the MRCS pathway, how they can start. You can
Okay,
start from the very beginning. So you can share your screen, and yes, you can just go through your concept. Here is Dr. Badon, Iliana Hassan Badon, who has just completed her MRCS Part B exam in last August 2024, and in both part A and part B she cracked more than 80% marks in both occasions. So hopefully we are happy, and we are delighted to hear from Dr. Badhan regarding MRCS part A, which is our subject today. Okay, Dr. Badhan, please continue.
okay. Thank you, Bhaiya, for the introduction and thank you for giving me the floor. So today we are having the online webinar and orientation for MRCS Part A September 2025. So here we are three mentors for you. We have Dr. Nahid Hassan Rifat Bhaiya, we have Dr. Hasnat Hakim Bhaiya, and I am Dr. Ilina Hassan Badhun. So how to crack MRCS Part A? So first, let's know about what is MRCS. So it is the exam which gives you the membership of the Royal College of Surgeons. It is a postgraduate diploma for surgeons in the UK and Ireland. So there are four royal colleges: Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh, Royal College of Surgeons of England, Royal College of Surgeons of Glasgow, and Royal College of Surgeons of Ireland. And it comprises of two parts, MRCS Part A and MRCS Part B. So let's talk about MRCS Part A today, because today's session is about MRCS Part A. So as we all know that MRCS Part A can be given in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, there are available centers where you can give your Part A exam. But for Part B, which is the OSCE exam, the center is not available in Bangladesh. But the centers are available in your nearby countries like India, Sri Lanka, Malaysia. You can give your exams at those centers. So let's know about the exam fees. For Part A, the fee right now is about £625, and for Part B, it is £1,099. Okay. So as we can see, there are four royal colleges. So if you give Part A from Royal College of Surgeons of England, you can give your Part B from any of the four colleges. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter from which college you are giving your exam. You will be given the membership of Royal College. So if your Part B is from the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh, you will be given the membership of Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh, whether your Part A was from England or Ireland or somewhere else. Like in my case, my Part A was from Royal College of Surgeons of England, but I gave my Part B from Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh. So my membership was from Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh, but these are interconnected. So from that membership, I can apply for GMC. So there is no problem for which college you are going to appear. So the exam rules for part A, the exam consists of two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. The paper 1 is comprised of 180 questions and you will get 3 hours. So 1 minute for one question. And paper 1 is about applied basic science and it is 60% of your total mark. Again, paper 2 is comprises of 120 questions and you will have 2 hours to answer this question. So there is 1 mark for one question and these are 40% of your total marks. And your scores for these are then added numerically and a total out of 300 is calculated. All are single best answer. Between the two papers, you will have a break for 1 hour for lunch and prayer, and you will not be allowed to leave the center. And this exam will be held online. Your activities will be monitored by a webcam of the desktop by which you are appearing your exam. So, by far, do you have any questions? Doctors, if you have any question, please let me know. If you have any queries or any confusion, let me know, please. Anyone? Hello, doctors. Are there any questions?
Okay, is there any question up to this? Yeah, feel free to ask to Dr. Badon regarding any of the questions that you have regarding MRCS Part A exam.
Okay, if not, then I can continue. So let's know about the syllabus of the exam. The part A, paper 1, as we talked before, it has 180 questions, the paper 1, and you will get 3 hours. So 1 minute for one question. And it is about the basic sciences. So let's break down this part. The 180 questions, there will be 75 from anatomy, 45 from physiology, 37 from pathology, 8 from pharmacology, 7 from microbiology, 5 from imaging, and 3 from data interpretation and audit. So as you can see, anatomy and physiology are bearing the maximum amount of marks. So here I want to tell you something. I appeared in my FCPS in July 2023 and I appeared in my MRCS Part A in September 2023. There was only 2 months gap, but I could pass my MRCS Part A with more than 80% marks. That's because the anatomy and physiology portion are very, very much similar in these two exams. The FCPS and MRCS, these have similar questions in anatomy and physiology. So if you have your preparation in anatomy and physiology from FCPS, then I think you don't need much to prepare for the MRCS Part A. You are already halfway through your preparation. So this is a good chance. If you have prepared for your FCPS, please go for MRCS without wasting too much time. And if you haven't prepared for FCPS, with the preparation of MRCS, you can go for FCPS. So it is a very good deal for you to prepare for both the exams together. So as I said, anatomy and physiology from your knowledge of FCPS you can cover in MRCS, and you have to read a few questions for pathology, pharmacology, microbiology, and imaging and data interpretation and audit. These can also be covered by your knowledge of FCPS. So let's talk about the paper 2. These are the principles of surgery in general. The principles of surgery in general breakdown are like this. Common and acquired surgical conditions, 45 questions. Perioperative management, 35 questions. Trauma, 30 questions. Surgical care of children, 7 questions. And medical legal issues, 3 questions. So In this part, you can see that there are 120 questions out of 300. My advice would be, if you do very well in paper one, like there were 180 questions, if you get about 150 questions right, correct in the paper one, then you don't have to do a very well in paper two. Like in normal cases, you have to attain 70% marks to part in your MRCS Part A. This percentage varies time to time. Like in previous session, it was about 67% or something. So let's say it's about 70%. So you need 210 marks out of 300 marks. So when you need 210 marks out of 300 marks, and if you get near 150 in your paper one, then you only need 60 marks from the paper two. You don't really need 150 in paper one. You can get less than that. But if you get a high mark in your paper one, then even if you get a medium kind of mark in paper two, you will be able to pass. So I would suggest you to have a very strong base in paper one. If you can get a very high mark in paper one, then you won't be much dependent of higher marks on paper two. You can get an average score in paper two, but still you will be able to pass the MRCS Part A exam. So doctors, any questions? Any confusion or any queries? Please let me know. Okay, if not, then I can continue.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম ভাইয়া।
জি আপু, আমার একটা কোশ্চেন হচ্ছে, মানে এই যে আপনি অ্যানাটমিতে হচ্ছে 75 বা কোশ্চেন এরকমের থাকবে, এটা কি ফিক্সড থাকে নাকি না? এটা হচ্ছে এফসিপিএস এর মতো হচ্ছে কম বেশি হয়?
Uh, it is almost fixed, but sometimes it up downs by 1 or 2 marks. Not too much, just slight up downs. But you can say that anatomy questions will be more than 70. That's for sure.
আর ওভারঅল হচ্ছে 70%, মানে পেপার ওয়ান আর পেপার টু মিলে মানে 70% মার্কস ক্যারি করতে
Yes,
হবে?
yes. You don't have to pass separately. You have to just make 70%, about 70% in both the two papers, paper one and paper two. If you make more than 70% or 70%, you will pass. But this in some sessions, this percentage varies. Like in some sessions, the question is very difficult, and the pass percentage comes down to 67% or even lower than that. So it depends on the questions of the session. Some sessions there are very difficult questions, then the percentage drops down, and in some sessions there are easier questions, then the percentage becomes higher. So I can tell you that anatomy will comprise the highest portion of your marks. That's for sure.
পার্সেন্টেজটা যে হচ্ছে কমে আবার হচ্ছে কখনো হচ্ছে 70%, এটা কি মানে তাদের কি সিট সংখ্যা থাকে? মানে এটা কিসের উপরে ডিপেন্ড করে যে
No,
60%-এ
it's
আমরা
about,
এবার নিব?
okay, it's about the percentile, bhaiya, not percentage, it's about the percentile. As you see, when there is a graph of results, when the graph peaks, like it is very high, the marks are, everyone's mark is high, 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 then the percentage of passing will be higher.
Hey,
And if the,
Dr. Badhan, are you there? Can you hear
yes,
me?
bhaiya, yes, bhaiya.
Okay, I think all of you are doing fine. So I would suggest Dr. Sifat, just guys, drop your questions in the comment section or your inbox, and eventually we'll discuss every single question particularly. Just let Dr. Badhan to finish the slide, and we'll come back to this thing later on. No problem. And
Okay, bhaiya.
just drop your comment section. No problem. We're here to support you. No problem.
Okay, so
Are
let's
you getting?
carry on. Yes, bhaiya, let's carry on.
But Dr. Sifat, can you hear me?
ওকে ভাইয়া, বুঝতে পারছি, আমি মেসেজ ড্রপ করছি।
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Please, Dr. Badhan,
Okay,
continue.
so what are our resources? For your preparation of MRCS Part A, here are several resources. Like you can find a serious reading partner who will also appear in your September 2025 diet, and you can be a part of our excellence team as you can enroll yourself in excellence for MRCS Part A. We will provide you with 4 volumes of book. These books are very, very nice with updated recalls, and you can study from the Color Atlas of Human Anatomy Neater. For basic medical science, you can read from the Raftery Basic Science book, and the book that you use to prepare for FCPS Part 1 or residency entrance exam. And there is another resource which is called the Fawzia sheet, which has a limited number of questions, but it is a very important resource because questions from these sheets come invariably in your exams. Then you have to prepare from the recalls, which are the previous 4 to 5 years questions. So let's talk about the exam preparation. Their prior planning is needed to appear in the exam. If you want to give the exam, you have to plan beforehand that I want to give the exam, and then you have to prepare accordingly. So who is eligible for the exam? A doctor who has a primary medical certificate, which is your MBBS degree. How much time is needed to prepare for MRCS? It depends on an individual. If you know you are good at certain aspects, then you don't need much time. Like I said, I gave my FCPS Part 1 in July 2023, and I sat for my MRCS in September 2023. So there was about 2 months gap. So there's no such time limit. If you think you need time, you can take 4 to 5 months, but it can be achieved in 2 months also. So it's up to you, and it's up to your preparation. And if you have taken FCPS Part 1 on residency preparation, then it will be very easy for you to crack the MRCS Part A. Okay, so why is it more easier for you? Maximum preparation is already being taken, and some other things like you have read the anatomy and physiology portion very well. So what is the registration procedure? There is no difference in value of degree awarded, so all are equal. Only difference is Edinburgh is more immigrant-friendly college and England is more popular and difficult to get through. MRCS Part A exam is conducted by all the 4 colleges because it is an intercollegiate exam. So RCS England, RCS Edinburgh, RCS Glasgow, and RCS Ireland. All the 4 options are available. There is no such difference, and it is an intercollegiate exam. So whatever degree you obtain, you can go for Part B from any college, and you will get the GMC regardless of whatever college you appear from. So how to book the exam? You have to create an account on respective college's website, and then you have to apply for your desired diet. You have to pay via international credit card, most difficult step if you aren't a credit card holder. You have to endorse dollar, buy your passport, then you have to take permission from your bank, and you have to open the international transaction way. And after that, you have to do the certificate attestation and send to the Royal College of Surgeons. Okay, so here we have given the websites of the colleges: RCS England, RCS Edinburgh, Glasgow, and Ireland. You can just simply go to the Google and type RCS England, and you will find their website, and you can go there, and you can see Part A exam, Part B exam, then you can choose the Part A exam and go for the rest of the steps. Okay, so how can Excellence for MRCS help you? As you can see, we have our top instructors, Dr. Nahid Hassan Rifat Bhaiya and Dr. Hasnat Hakim Bhaiya. So you all know our mentors who are very much experienced in this field and who have taught a lot of students and helped them pass in their Part A and Part B also. And I am also a student of Nahid Bhaiya and Hasnat Hakim Bhaiya, and I can tell you and I can assure you that they are the best mentors of our country, and they will help you pass this exam for sure. So we have 30 plus highly interactive live classes. We have 30 plus class tests. We will give you Google Drive access to the most updated study materials until you pass. And we have 6 concept clearing recall classes. We have 8 special feedback classes. We will take 2 Fawzia solve classes, and you will have access to all recorded classes. We will also arrange one grand mock, and you will get 24/7 mentor support for any queries. So whatever queries you have, you can drop down in our group, and we will always try to help you. So here is our roadmap to guide for MRCS Part A, as you can see, and I've already told you that. So books by excellence for MRCS, there are 4 excellent books, 2 books for ABS and 2 books for POSG. All the 4 books are very much enriched with knowledge and recall questions. So these books will be enough for you to prepare for your MRCS Part A. So thank you. I think I am done with my slides. So Bhaiya, if you want to add something.
Okay, so there is a question that is there any necessary, is it necessary to go through Bailey Love for paper 2 here? We have got one question in inbox.
So should I answer that, Bhaiya?
Yes, yes.
In my case, I didn't go for Bailey Love. For MRCS Part A, I did not study Bailey Loves. If you don't study Bailey Loves, it's still manageable. I mean, I got more than 80% marks, so I think you can understand that is it necessary or not. I think Bailey Loves is not necessary for passing MRCS Part A.
Okay, we can't differ main book, but if someone has gone through already very lab, it would be helpful and it would be beneficial. But our classes and our books, I think, would be enough for MRCS.
Dr. Hassan, just I would like to give some input along with Dr. Badhar. Okay, have a look, guys. Uh, Bailav, whether Bailav is needed or not, this is a very vital question for you. Like whenever we are preparing for the MRCS part and back to 2021 or September, October in 2020, we used to have only revise the Fawzia sheet and sometimes Raftery. There is no other book in the market so that we can go through the books, go through the any particular books for the MRCS. There is no particular book for the MRCS on that time. So whenever I was preparing, I was preparing only focusing with the EMRCS and with my FCBS because I passed the FCBS before the MRCS part. So on a sudden, I recognize I can't crystal clear knowledge. I'm not getting a crystal clear knowledge in the vascular, like any part of orthopedic. Especially, I was stuck in the vascular portion, and vascular portion. All of you know there's a very difficult topic, and decision making is very crucial on particularly on that point. So what did I do? Because all of you know that MRCs are arranged such a way that they will give you a question. After that, they will give some knowledge regarding particularly that question only. You won't get a base base knowledge on that on any particular topic. That's why I I wasn't getting any crystal clear knowledge, so my confidence was not building on that time. So what did I do? I just gone through the Bailey lab. So when I have finished the vascular part from the Bailey lab, after that, whenever I was just practicing the questions, all of the questions become very, very easier for me. So what is the logic? Why I am telling this? So do you need to go through a Bailey lab? No. My question is no, because previously there was no complete book for the vascular portion for the any particular topic. That's why we had to go through a Bailey lab. Right now, the book which has been provided by the Excellence for MRCS or whatever the book is, all the books are complete. All the books are complete because previously we got only the EMRCs, nothing else in the market. But right now you do have so many sources, you can any of them, and we work so hard to compile our Excellence for MRCS books. That's why I would say it's the complete version because you will get all the MRCS questions in the particularly after completion of the every single chapter, all the topics in a such a way, by starting with the introduction and any particular and all the important topics are in such a way so that you don't have to struggle with this topic. So you don't need to go through the build up. But I would say, who has passed the FCPS part 1, or who has passed the residency entrance course, or even it's not needed that you will have to pass the this exam. Rather, if you are prepared, if you have taken the preparation regarding this topic, that is a extra point that will bring you a extra point, because almost maximum portion you have gone through. Only few part you will have to prepare right now, just according to the question paper. Are you getting me, guys? Is it clear to you? Guys, please let us know if it is clear or not. Dr. Askia?
Yes, Bhaiya, it's clear.
Okay. Okay, so Dr. Taskia, why will you provide soft copy? At the moment, it's quite difficult for me to collect hard. Okay, Dr. Taskia, from our side, we'll provide you the soft copy, but through our Google Drive, but it is not downloadable. So if you want to go through the soft copies through your drive, that is completely okay, and it will always be available up to your course. But you won't able to download those soft copies, because those will be the restricted. And I would suggest you to collect the hard copies, and because we will give you so many extra informations along with the soft copies, so that you can write it down in your book, and that would be helpful for you. I think it's clear to you. Any question? Dr. Hassad, please continue. Bhaiya.
Okay, any other question, please, from other participants? This is a question answer session. You can ask any of your confusions. No problem, even if it is in Bangla. We have got two very good questions from Dr. Taskia and Dr. Tuhin. Okay, so Dr. Badhan, I have one question that
Okay.
how much do we need to be prepared for MRCS Part A exam?
Okay, Bhaiya. So in my case, just like I said, I prepared for FCPS Part 1 first, then I went for the MRCS Part A. So for MRCS Part A, the extra things I studied were the EMRCS books and the Fawzia sheet and the recalls. I went for the recalls of previous 5 years, and also I went through the EMRCS for 3 times, minimum 3 times. You have to read the questions of EMRCS thoroughly, and you have to understand the concepts. Please go through the EMRCS at least 3 times, then go for the previous year recall questions. 4 to 5 years is enough. And you have to lastly go for the Fawzia sheets, which have a very limited number of questions. And if you have prepared for any FCPS and residency exam, these will be more than enough for you.
Okay, so Dr. Orville I asked, will you provide technical support regarding registration and payment process? So, Doctor, if you once are enrolled with us, and we will add you to a closed Telegram group, and obviously our mentors will be there for 24/7. And in any of your support till your exam, we are here. Don't worry about that. So, Dr. Orville, did you get your answer? Okay. So, any other questions from other participants?
So, Bhaiya, I want to add something
Yes, yes.
about our books. about our books, I want to tell the candidates that the books that the Excellence Academy is providing, all the books have the EMRCS questions also. So there is the discussion and the EMRCS questions both in the book. So you don't have to go for the EMRCS separately if you have our books. Right, Bhaiya?
Yes, yes, yes. So actually, the combination of the classes along with the books and what's written in the books, actually study materials and synchronization of the study materials along with the classes would be the will provide you the maximum benefit for your exam result. And hopefully, if you are stick with our routine that we will provide you in our support, don't worry. So if you are stick up with the routine up till until your exam, hopefully cracking 80% marks would not be a big deal in MRCS part A exam. Okay, so synchronization is important, and another thing is whether you are completing your study or your target within the targeted frame, like you are finishing the whole topic before the next class. So you will have almost 5 to 7 days gap in between two classes, and please make sure that you have completed your study and what we have taught you in the classes. That is very crucial. And don't forget to give the exams that would be given to you via Google Drive, and that is also for self-explanatory and for the self-assessment as well. And don't forget to give the exams. And another thing is the excellence for MRCS can help you regarding technical support. We have already answered this question that in any of the queries, any of the help or support outside your study, our mentors would be available anytime from you. And obviously, you would be added to a closed Telegram group, and we are here for any kind of help. And Dr. Rifat Bhaiya, I would like to give the plot to Dr. Rifat Bhaiya to say something regarding our courses and how we could help our. Uh,
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hasnat, and special thanks to Dr. Badhan. Excellent, excellent mentor
Thank you, Bhaiya.
for MRCS part, and I'm extremely happy and really happy to have you with us, and I'm really honored to have you as my MRCS part big course student. And definitely, and also Dr. Hasnat is with me for the very beginning. He was my MRCS part A student as well as FCPS student. I don't know whether Dr. Badun is from my FCPS MRCS part A student or not. I don't know, but
Yes,
please.
Bhaiya, I was in the exam batch. Yes, I am your student.
Okay, that's great. Okay, guys, the thing has been shown by the Dr. Badhan. The scenario. I used to do this thing for the long uh, 3 years to 4 years under a very known academy in Bangladesh. All of you know that. I was the coordinator of that branch. But as I used to take classes from the FCPS, residence, and so other branches, that's why I couldn't maintain the mentorship on that academy. That's why I have shifted to another academy with by myself and with Dr. Hasnat. That is the Excellence for MRCS OSCE. That was our first beginning. That was our beginning, Excellence for MRCS OSCE. So we have started the OSCE batch at first because I have found and we found so many of candidates after passing the MRCS Part A, they are going here and there, and they are not getting any direct guideline, guys. So I have noticed that almost 20 or 30 students are going here and there, and they are telling me but there is no mentor so that we can go there, and they are charging a lot and that is beyond our capability. So please help us. So suddenly I did a plan, and I asked few of the candidates and asked them to come BSM, and I have just for assessment from myself. Whether I can conduct the session or not. Then I think Dr. Badhan came on that session as well. Did you?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Okay. So that was our first beginning, After that, few of the candidates enjoyed their session, and they forcefully brought me to this field. They were saying, Bhaiya, please save us. So we have started Excellence for MRCS OSCE. So we have covered two batches from the last started from the ending of the last March, and by this time we have covered two batches for the MRCS Part B. But at the middle of running the Part B, few of the candidates were saying, "Bhai, please do something for Part A," because we didn't have or we hadn't had any batches. We didn't offer any batch for the MRCS Part A. So ultimately, they are forcing us, because all of you know that there are several students from my entire life from the surgery faculty. They are just forcing me, please do something for MRCS Part A. So ultimately, we launched the MRCS Part A, and Alhamdulillah, we have conducted, or we have finished. After launching the MRCS Part A for the 4 or 5 months, we have finished our first batch very successfully, and Alhamdulillah, almost 15 to 16 candidates are going to appear in this exam. So why we are unique? I'm telling you, this Excellence for MRCS is the complete version for you. If you want to pursue the MRCS, if you want to pursue the or have if you want to get the job in the UK, MRCS Excellence for MRCS OSCE will be with you for the whole journey. Start from the starting of your MRCS Part A, we are here. After passing the MRCS Part A, we will be in the MRCS Part B OSCE also. And right now, it is the most, I can confidently say you, I can confidently assure you, it is the most famous course, offering the most famous course in the Bangladesh. And we are becoming the international as well, because last this hands-on course, candidates came from the Bahrain to attend in our hands-on course, and we can proudly say that foreigners are coming to us to get skilled. So after completion of the Part A, you will get the opportunity to conduct the whole journey with the Part B as well. Not only Part B, after completion of the Part B, you will get us along your way for the publications, for any other part, so that you can enrich your skill. Because last week we have submitted three papers in very well-known journals, and we'll keep you on that, and nobody will offer you this thing, and we are just only offering our candidates as well. So after completion of Part A, you will get the opportunity for Part B. After completion of the Part B, you will get the opportunity to enrich your CV as well, and for applying your job in the UK as well. So it's a complete version. So I am not totally bothered for the MRCS Part A, because I do have so many strong hands along with me, with Dr. Hasnat, Dr. Badhan, and Dr. Mahathir. And few are on the lines after completion of they are going to appear in the Part B in this January. I think at the ending of this week, they will complete their exam. After that, they will join with us to support you. So we are just choosing the most dedicated mentor, so that you get the support 24 hours. And I think Dr. Hasnath or Dr. Badhan already have shown you all the routine. Would you please go to the page on that slide, Dr. Badhan? What is our how will we help them, or how many classes? Okay, have a look, guys. So you don't know how much classes have been included. 30 interactive classes, and you will be surprised. We used to get in the last batch, we used to take the class for the long 6 hours or 7 hours. It was just, I am telling you, to show you our dedication, how much dedicated we are. If you go to the another course, just simply we will get the class will only for the 1.5 hours or 2 hours hardly. But why we are taking the 6 hours? We gossip in the class? Any family gossip? Any friendly gossip? No. We are discussing every single thing particularly. We'll give you some concept. After that, we will uh, go to the book, show you what we have discussed right now. After that, we'll solve few questions. And we, before starting the classes, Dr. Hassan and me myself used to take the all of the classes in the part A previously, and we used to go through the recalls and the related questions from the EMRCS before taking the classes. So we used to take the class in such a way so that after completion of the class, you don't have to go through any other question. Just simply you'll simply solve the questions, and you'll be surprised. You know every single question perfectly. You can answer every single question perfectly because we do know very well how to do the mentorship. So have a look, 30 interactive online classes, and these are they will be very hectic. I am telling you, but if you want to pass the MRCS Part A exam, just stick with the classes and always live interactive classes. Very beneficial. Just have a look on Dr. Badhon. She was our Part B batch, and you don't know, guys, how much dedicated she is. I was just I sometimes I used to gossip with Dr. Hassan. How can be a candidate become so much dedicated? Because there's no I can't remember any day where Dr. Badan wasn't present in the classes. And she found almost 145, if I am not wrong, in the knowledge portion out of 160 in the skill portion, in the knowledge portion in the MRCS part B exam, where only 110 is needed to pass the exam, and she got more than 140. So it is all about dedication. If you are doing the classes very regularly and live interactive classes, I can assure you. So if you just simply ask me, Bhaiya, just tell me the easiest way how to pass the MRCS Part A exam, and I would definitely would say you just do the 30 live interactive online classes, live class, not the recorded class. Then then do do the exams, appear in the exams, online exams. After that, we will solve more than 500 questions, like review classes, special question solve, then Fawzia, recall, subject final. And one thing I can assure you, we will give you the recordings of the few recordings of the previous batches. Just have a look. We just solved 6 recall questions, 6 into 3, 300, ultimately 3000 questions. We solved 3000 questions as a part of recall questions. So I think we don't have to go through these classes. It's not needed to cover all of these classes again. We will give the recording of these recall questions. Rather, we will bring extra 6 questions, 300 questions, 300 into 6 questions, or 6 sessions questions for you, so that you can solve the recalls. So, so after completion of the classes, the main key to pass the exam, just solving the questions as much as you can. And few subject final, you'll get few subject final, even one more question, and always you'll be provided you'll be supported with the very competent mentors. And definitely I'll be always be here to support you all the time. And I'm just assuring you, I'm not really bothered with the MRCS Part A exam. It's a very simple exam. The only obstacle, whether you are properly guided or not. If you are properly guided, then it will be really easier. And if you are not guided properly, then it will be difficult to pass the exam. Okay, guys, do you have any question?
Uh,
Anyone?
yes, we have got three questions. One is from Dr. Mo. Uh, so Dr. Sifat, is MRCS is the previous question. So I will answer this one. Okay. So EMRCS is basically a website, and this is not a collection of the previous recalls. This is the collection of the previous topics where they actually formatted some simulation questions and based on some topics, and then they arranged it in a website. That is what MRCS is. And Dr. Tuhin, ট্রেনিং এর মাঝে কি সিস্টেমেটিক্যালি প্রিপারেশন পসিবল? ওকে।
Okay, Dr. Tuhin, thank you, Bhaiya. One thing, I think I have talked with you regarding this issue previously. You have passed FCS Part 1, Alhamdulillah, congratulations. And you are planning to sit for the MRCS and Part A exam. And my first question was, when you are going to sit for the exam? Because you will have you will have two diets in your future. One is May session or April session, and another one is September session. So have a look. This exam is costly exam, almost 1 lakh taka to sit for the exam. So if you are thinking to appear in the April diet, then you will have to take your preparation, you will have to give your all efforts only in the MRCS, which is not that much easier. You'll have to at least cover these things are given in the slide: 30 live interactive classes, answers, recall questions, Fawzia sheets. You'll have to cover these things. So for covering this thing, all of these things, it is needed at least 3 months to 4 months. So if you can give everything on all full time 24 hours for MRCS Part A preparation, then I can say it is possible if you are competent enough. But as you have passed FCS Part 1, so there is nothing to be hurry. I request you, and my suggestion is, don't do any hurry, just focus on August, start your preparation, and along with the training period, you can simply give 4 hours or 3 hours, 4 hours every single day, and just stick with us. Do attend in the live interview classes, attend in the uh, exams, every single class attend particularly, and definitely will pass. No worries at all. I can assure you. Just the key is passing in the exam, the live interactive classes. I know. Just we have started our first batch with almost 25 plus candidates. At first we used to get 20 students on live session. Ultimately that was decreasing gradually. People are busy in this stage of your life. You are a family person, you do have so many responsibilities, so people are starting their preparation with huge enthusiasm, but ultimately they can't stick with us, and it's a great challenge for you. So I can assure you, if you can stick with us, if you can attend the live classes, you will pass undoubtedly. So you can continue your training along with preparation. No problem. It won't be a big deal for you. Dr. Hassan, please continue. Dr. Tuhin, did you get your question, Bhaiya? Answer?
Yes, Dr. Tuhin Bhai, the good thing is you have more than 8 months in your hand, so you can start systematically with no doubt about that with us. And Dr. Mo, previous recall where I have to go through. Okay, so we will usually we will provide uh, the recall questions to our candidates whenever the recall session actually starts in our routine. And what are the countries where MRCS is acceptable except UK and Ireland? Okay, so along with MRCS, you have to go give prometric exam in that case. And in the Middle East, you can get the license. And if you get the license in UK, and if you have 1 year of working experience, you can move New Zealand. And Australia sometimes open the gate for MRCS candidates, and sometimes they actually closes. What is the time of live classes, please? This is the live classes are usually conducted at 9 p.m. Bangladeshi time, and if it is a large class, in that case, we may have to start from the 8 of the night, and if so, we will announce in our closed group. And Dr. Orville, from when will our batch start? A very good question. And this is the orientation class, and we will have our first class, which will be conducted by Dr. Rifat Bhaiya on 17th of January with abdomen anatomy. Right? Okay, so when will the September batch start and how many classes in 1 week? We'll have almost 1 week in the initially, and later on we will have highest two classes in week whenever your exam is approaching, or whenever you have 2 months or 3 months in your hand. In that time, we will have two classes in 1 week. But initially, we will have 1 week, and today is our orientation. This is the beginning of our September batch, and the first class will be on 17th January at 9 p.m. with abdomen anatomy class. So we'll provide the routine in our group. Don't worry about that. Any other questions from other participants? It's good. And one thing is quite surprising that Dr. Ruhul Amin, whose exam is within 3 days, not even 72 hours in his hand, and he is listening us throughout the day, throughout the session. And he was one of our candidates who was present in all the
And
live classes. Dr. Ruhul
it's
Amin.
just our Badhan from part A. I can correlate. She's
Dr. Ruhul Amin, could you please unmute your mic?
Yes, bhai. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, yes. So, is your preparation done? Because you have less than 72 hours in your hand for your part A exam, and you are here.
Yes, bhai.
Okay, that's good. And we love the confidence that you are showing here. Okay. So,
and
we wish the best of luck for your exam
sure,
on
guys,
15th.
if there is no accident, Dr. Rul Amin is going to pass the part A, inshallah, very soon.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Okay, one thing,
Okay.
one question arises in the middle of the session, like what is the pass mark? So basically, pass mark varies. Like Dr. Badon said, at least you get to get 70%, and this is the safest mark. That's true. That is very logical. But just look on my session on I think it's September 2020, and that was on the COVID session, and I appeared my exam in my room with switching on the my camera, and that was online exam in my room. Okay, somehow, uh, and that was the first online exam in the MRCS history, like this way. Somehow the question was leaked from some Middle East country on that way on that session. That's why they got huge mark on that exam. So as far I can remember, I got almost 244 out of 300, or 246 out of 300, and one of my friend found 330 230, and she failed in the exam. So so out of 300, what is the 70%? That means 210 is the 70%, but she got 230 or 32, but she failed in the exam. So because why this thing happened? Because the question has been leaked and answer has been leaked. That's a pass mark or maximum mark become really high. Ultimately they do a percentile modified Goff method, and ultimately they do a percentile and they allow the maximum surrounding pass mark according this percentile. So but in a normal way, if there is no question leaking of the question, so 210 is the safest mark. But one thing I can say you, for the last 3 or 4 sessions, I haven't seen to get the pass mark more than 200. Or like that was cut mark was 200, 199, 190, or 95, around this time. So it is not needed whether you are getting 210 or more or something else. So it pass mark total depends on the question how much difficult it is. If it is difficult, very difficult, But remember, difficult, it is difficult, it will be difficult for everyone, not only for you, it will be difficult for everyone. So don't be panic. If you get 65% mark, no problem if the question is difficult. If it is difficult, and it is difficult for everyone, but one thing I can assure you, we are not simply going through the question and answer. We do, or we will give you huge background knowledge. Dr. Ruhul Amin is here and he can say you, because he attended every single classes in our last batches, and we will give you huge background knowledge. So if the question is difficult, I can assure you, if nobody can answer this question, but you will be able to answer that question, because you do have huge extra or background knowledge on particularly on that topic. So nothing to be worried about. I am not really bothered with the MRCS part A. It's a very simple exam, and I do have a huge experience, or more than 300 students passing under my supervision. So I am really, really not worried about part A exam. Just if you want to start, if you want to pass the MRCS part A, I would request you just start your preparation with us and do attend in the live interactive classes and do practice as we instruct you, and eventually inshallah you will pass the exam. It is nothing but the matter of time. Only this thing I can say you. Just focus blindly. You don't have to go through any other books, any other way. Definitely you will get extra help with your friends. Those are the normal thing. But the main focus will be the classes and the exams and the recall classes. Is there any question left, Dr. Hasnat?
Uh, yes, Dr. Sajid, can you tell me about the course fee? Just I will tell you that just give a knock to our support. You will get the details about our course fee.
Okay, it's not hide and seek, guys. So it's basically we are offering a discount, 20% discount, and just simply knock in our support, and you'll get the details about. And definitely, if you come with a group, and you will get huge discount, I can assure you. But for the single admission, you will definitely will also get a discount, but for group admission you will get huge discount. Guys, do you have any question, Dr. Hastat?
No, we don't have any questions left. And Dr. Badhan, would you like to say something regarding our discussion?
So I think the discussion was very in a just about the whole pathway of MRCS, and whoever attended the orientation today, I think their concepts are clear right now about this exam and how to crack the MRCS Part A. And I think we have already answered their questions. And I think we have one more question.
Okay,
Okay, let's.
so this one is regarding Raftery. So do we need to buy? So if you are well habituated with the reading PDF, so we can share you the PDFs of Raftery. No problem with that.
Yes, we can share the PDFs of the books needed. But as we said earlier, our books are complete packages. You can go through the books and you can see. And if you want, you can also go through the Raftery and other books as well, PDFs. Yes, Ruhul Amin Bhaiya said no need for other books. And I
Just
also
excellent.
wish
Okay.
all the best to Ruhul Amin Bhaiya. The classes I took, he was present there also. So I also wish him all the best, and I hope he passes with a huge mark,
Inshallah.
inshallah.
Okay, I think it's all about our courses, and guys who want to know the fees and everything, every facilities will be given in a post. Just knock in our Telegram group, or personally me or Dr. Hassan or even Dr. Badhan, no worries. We'll let you know all details, all of the details about our course protocol, course summary. Everything will be provided to you, no worries. And one thing I can assure you, blindly follow excellence for MRCS for completion of your whole MRCS OSCE, whole MRCS journey, not only the part A but also the OSCE as well as the after passing the OSCE, building your uh, CV as well. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, Dr. Badhan.
And last but
And
not the least, try to be present in the live class. Though you will be provided the recorded classes, but Dr. Rifat Bhai said, it's very important to be present in the live classes after enrollment in our class.
and it is the key to success, key to pass the exam. I can assure you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, and special thanks to Dr. Ruhul Hamid to come here. And I was so surprised why he's also here.
না ভাইয়া খুবই টেনশন লাগছে।
No problem, bhaiya, no problem. I think we may have a session with you just before ending the exam. I was just planning today. Do you want a session with you before?
Yes, yes, yes ভাইয়া।
So let's have a session tomorrow, only 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, I'll let you know in the
ওকে
group.
ওকে
Thank you, guys.
ওকে ভাইয়া ওকে।
Starting exam, how to conduct your exam. Okay, so if there is no question, then I think we can end our session for today. And hopefully, all the best to the future candidates and who just enrolled with us. We will have hopefully a nice journey for the September MRCS Part A exam. Okay.
Good night, guys.